I am your host, Lia Dunlap, and you are listening to the Oracle on Purpose podcast, where we help intentional leaders clarify their purpose and next steps to create a work and life of significance. Hi. There have been so many coincidences lately and intersections of transitions in the lives of my clients, at least recently. And one of the themes that I've recognized coming through is the power of making a decision now versus delaying decisions. And that experience being brought against and highlighted against the passing of family members, deaths of people we've known in communities, and watching people come to grips with the finiteness of life, the idea and the concept of a life lost too soon. It's often challenging for me when I know there's a part of me that knows, because of my connection to the Oracle, that there is something bigger to this life and to the experience of our lives that goes beyond us and goes in front of us and behind us and all around us, whether or not we are still physically here. And yet, I am recognizing in each of these people that I've talked to lately, this recognition of how important it is to be bold and here and on purpose, because they are recognizing others that they've known and loved have passed and didn't get that chance, or have yet to finish or completed what they really wanted to do in the world. So I wanted to talk about that piece, that idea that making a decision really can put you on the path of fulfilling your purpose. And when we do so, when we are constantly making one decision after the other with our purpose in mind, then in that moment, we are tapping into the flow of that ever unfolding life force that we are part of. And we are leaving these ripples, we are leaving these impressions on the world, whether we are doing it on purpose or not, right? So people will say, how to make an impact. And a lot of clients will come to me because they understand that their purpose is tied to the impact they make, and they're not really quite sure about how to have that work together. And the reality is that each of us, even in our failings, in our befuddlement, has an impact, right? Each of us steps into the day making an impact. And when you or someone you know and love passes, dies, however you feel comfortable expressing that, the impact that they already had on your life, the impact you've already had on others, doesn't go away. And your absence, right? The vacuum you've left of space, personality, expression, also has an impact. So what do you do with that? And I have a client that recently, shared that it's kind of like, then what do you do with that, right? What do you do with that knowing, that knowledge? And I like to say that for me, I don't know, somehow, maybe not accidentally, I've been around many people in my life, even as a young person, who've passed away. And being in that sphere of the passing, in those last few moments and days of someone's lives, I remember feeling like there was a sense for me that that space that they were in, that bubble that the people around them were in, was sacred in a really specific way. And it was in that tether between the worlds, if you were, that tether between what the life they were living and the people they were living it with and whatever they were moving on to. And yet they had an impact no matter who they were. And I think that when we push ourselves to make the impact something that it's suitable or approved in some way, like it has to make a specific push in the world, right? We think to ourselves, it has to be big, it has to be bold, it has to be flamboyant or expansive or change the world in this really idealized version of impact. When even the smallest thing that we are, when we're truly being uniquely ourselves, can make the most profound impact, can give the world exactly what it needs from us. It is in those daily moments that we tap into what our hearts and minds, our inner knowing tell us is ours to do, and follow through with those steps, follow through with that inclination, that we get the best of it. And I want to encourage people, because I know that when we are stuck in this place of thinking that we're not doing enough, it's a lie. It's a lie that you're not doing enough, that somehow whatever you are right now isn't enough. You're here. Your voice matters. Your ideas matter. Your point of view matters. We don't always know how it's going to matter once we're gone. We don't know who will pick up the mantle of what we're passionate about and bring it forward. And we don't know what lives will be completely transformed and changed by the thing we said or the way we were or the product or service that we put out into the world. And I know without a doubt that whatever that is, it's already right now in you, and therefore you are enough. Therefore, you are exactly the person you were meant to be in this moment. It's not about creating something different. It's about expressing your whole beingness in a way that the world hums more purely, right? I like to say that there's that, I guess it's a line, I don't know. It's a phrase, I guess, that I really like, which is universe, one song, right? And one song requires harmony. And all of these little notes, all of these little facets of who we are, they're a part of that song. And discord, right, being off key, if you will, comes from being out of alignment. But the purest note is still inside of us, right? The purest part of who we are and our own unique flavor that we add, that's in us all the time. And that's why I get so passionate about helping my clients to let go of the idea that making a decision has to be perfect, like all angles. Because I work with a lot of high achievers who are very orchestrated and organized and big planners and leaders who want to have all of the little, I's dotted and T's crossed before they make the decision. But really, the secret is the decision is already in you. And if you give yourself permission to act on the decision, then you will be in alignment. and you will be on purpose. And you absolutely will have the impact that you're meant to have on the world. It's that simple. So I just wanted to share that today because I feel like it's been in my sphere. Like I said, there's been several people that have passed, and people that I know who are close to those people who are being affected by all of that. And this air right now, maybe it's just in the air, of not being sure about making decisions from a place of not wanting to make the wrong decision. And if you feel like that speaks to you, then I encourage you to remember that you are already making an impact. And if you want to make the truest impact you can, start from knowing really what your true purpose is and let the rest unfold. Have faith, if you will, that what you have to offer is absolutely more than enough right now, just how you are. All right, have a great night. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. I'm Lia Dunlap, Oracle on Purpose. Remember, you are here on purpose.
Thanks for tuning in to the Oracle on Purpose show. If you found value in this episode, we'd appreciate you leaving a comment. Also, you can subscribe and ring the bell if you haven't yet. If you'd like to get clear on your highest vision and next steps, go to oracleonpurpose.com. See you next week.